Panting, Bell finally lowered his left arm stretched out in front, but immediately raised his dagger. Even first-tier adventurers will be eliminated in this storm of bombardment. But the enemy goes beyond normality. Carelessness and negligence must be stifled. He looked into the depths of the gradually dissipating smoke along with Haydeen, who was carrying the long-handled knife, Desalia. On the other side of the smoke, in the center of the bombardment, a huge black shadow appeared. Ottar is still alive. The giant tree-like arms intertwined and stood on the ground with both feet. The steel body spat out blood like Bell and the others, turned burnt black and suffered serious injuries. He was injured. Almost so close to dying. He can be knocked down. The light of hope continued to shine in Bell's mind. He was certain that he could defeat the current Ottar, and took a step, and at this moment. The beast raised its head from its intertwined arms and met his gaze with pupils twisted like fangs. His heart, his instincts were tightly restrained. The light of hope shining in my mind was replaced by the most dangerous alarm. Ryu and Mia also held their breath, and Haydeen, whose face had changed greatly, desperately shouted. "End it soon." However, the block of sound that was enough to block all of these things sounded. This is a roar resounding through the sky. No, it should be called the roar of the beast. This unearthly cry caused Bell and the others who directly heard it to lean back, causing all the people beside the mirror to fall. Even the adventurers went limp and fell from their chairs, and the gods widened their eyes. The monster's roar, which is equal to that of a ferocious boar. Although this male creature has a mortal body, it binds people's bodies and minds with primal terror, forcing people to stop. It can only mean one thing. That is, warrior has degenerated into beast. Just a roar, but even the first-level adventurer Bell, everyone was deprived of several moments of freedom. At this moment, the eyes of the beast looking at the sky turned forward. "Keep an eye on the prey." Bell screamed countless times from his hearts and bodies, and the next moment he began real havoc. Then jump forward. First there is the explosive charge that breaks the trampled slabs, then there is the approach that is synonymous with violence. Dodging, attacking, and resisting are not allowed, and the huge shoulder like a murder weapon caught an elf. Haydeen flew into the air with an impersonal voice. Bell and the others could not react in time, and when he froze in place, he crashed into the wall of the theater. Fragments of stone flew, consciousness flickered continuously, and breathing was completely interrupted for a moment. Neither tactics nor strategy, but absurd explosions. Even beyond the power of the magical bombardment, Haydeen spat out blood, and then saw a palm. Obscuration of vision and appearance. The glasses he wore shattered naturally, and shards of glass and metal pierced his skin, spoiling his beautiful beauty. However, these were just small things. It was even ridiculously small. The 5-command skull that was stuck in his scalp screamed, and at this moment, Haydeen's vision and his entire brain shook. The focus of vision changed dizzyingly. The sky and earth turned upside down. I was thrown out at an absurd speed, so fast that my body was spinning continuously. My intelligent mind came to a foolish conclusion. The next instant, he was like a cannonball, blasting the ground into pieces. Haydeen was thrown from the edge of the theater to the center by Ottar, causing a large cloud of smoke and dust to break the stop time. After understanding the situation, the adventurers acted quickly. They stood in front of the beast that transformed into a collection of instincts and attacked its prey. Bell, Ryu, and Mia swore to protect them. However, the vanguard alike were also torn to pieces. A hammer called a fist moved at will, crushing Mia. Not even in the form of a hand knife, Ryu was cut. Moving obliquely, he dug up Bell's battle suit and the flesh underneath. The dwarf who hugged the earth spat out blood. The elf dodged the attack and was only touched once, but blood was still splattered everywhere. The human with 5 twisted claw marks donned the blood costume and transformed into a bright red doll. Swordsmanship and martial arts, skills, and strategy are all forgotten, and fury follows instinct. Forced abuse accepts no evasion or defense. Absolute attack. Absolute defense is inverted and eventually becomes a minion that exists only to slaughter the enemy. Now it is no longer a battle for adventurers, but a scene where the strong prey on the weak, making all the spectators pale. That is, all the blood has been lost. Could it be? The lips twitch. Beast transformation. Skewed eyes. The true killer move. It's said to be becoming fierce and then becoming stronger, but there must be a limit. It's really an extraordinary level from head to toe. In Babel, Hermes and Loki, who were watching the same scene, couldn't help but turn up the volume. Beastification. Among the demi-humans, this phenomenon has only been confirmed in a few races and belongs to the fighting instinct itself. As Loki said, release the hidden animality and power in the body and increase physical ability. The most representative is the werewolf. After bathing in the moonlight, the wolf demi-humans will beast and gain great power. People will even say, no race is the opponent of the werewolves under the moon. That great beast and the werewolves are different, you don't need to choose a time or place. Bet stood obliquely behind Loki, uttering these words bitterly. By acquiring the grace of God, the beast transformation, which is the origin of the beastman race, is closely linked to the skill. Entering the animalization state must meet certain conditions or be accompanied by certain risks. However, the activation condition of Ottar's skill, the trigger of beast transformation, is probably arbitrary. Unlike werewolves who can only beastize under the moonlight, even during the day, even in the dungeon labyrinth, it can also be degenerated into a beast. Bet knew what it was like to fight with Ottar, and he clearly saw it. The effect is not comparable to other waste. The boar's beast transformation is not strengthening, it is the monster itself. The werewolf admitted that the power was not inferior to his own beast transformation, and the tattoo on his left face became distorted. The beast reflected in the mirror is obviously different from the previous warriors. Coincidentally, it was exactly the same scene that the level sublimation brought. Many people fell, and the city was almost in chaos. At this moment, the bloodless adventurers in the tavern murmured softly. So, the current fighter is LV8. No one voiced affirmation. Because once affirmed, this battle will lose the meaning of watching. With a hand stretched out, his blood-soaked face lost all composure and he summoned the most powerful magic. Varian Hill Dash. But it was too late.